New at noon, after hours of debate and a late-night vote, Madison's Common Council determined some Madison police officers will soon wear body cameras in the field. And former President Donald Trump faces new charges related to the January 6th Capitol attack and the 2020 election. Details of the historic indictment and reaction from Trump's legal team. You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. Madison police officers are now one step closer to wearing body cameras. The Madison Common Council voted 16-4 after an hour of public comment and 3+ hours of debate and discussion. The vote will equip officers in the city's North Police District with 48 cameras later this summer. During the meeting, alders voiced concern about language in the resolution and whether the department is ready for cameras. Downtown Alder Marcia Rummel voted in favor of the pilot program, but stressed that she may not vote for a department-wide rollout in the future.
We are always struggling with money. How are we going to say that that's the best use of our money, is to train, store data, have officers spend whatever time is involved in reporting what they've collected on their day of wearing this thing?
Another alder, Barbara Harrington McKinney, who represents portions of the city's southwest side, says it's necessary to move forward with the program so larger questions about a department-wide rollout can be answered. It also can give grieving families more answers.
It is time to move forward. Until you have a parent collapse in your arms, sobbing, asking the question, if only I knew what those last hours of life was like.
It should be noted the city's 2021 capital budget included $83,000 to cover the cost of the program. That money has been carried forward, so no additional funding is needed for the pilot. In a statement early this morning, Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes called the council's decision a move forward for Madison. He went on to say, in part, quote, "For nearly a decade, city leaders have questioned whether they belong here. In that time, they become an industry standard. We know they won't fix the problems of policing, but they will serve as a critical tool for transparency and accountability." Let's head over to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Jacob Madison has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Things heating up out there a little bit.
Yeah, temperatures today are going to be a bit warmer than the last couple of days, but they're not going to get as hot as they were last week. Now, right now, we're seeing very comfortable temperatures still with lower 80s, upper 70s, some areas still in the lower 70s, and it's actually warmer the closer you get to the lake, mid 80s across portions of Lake Michigan. Now, looking at the dew points, we are seeing dew points, relatively normal at this hour, 60s for the most part, with some areas seeing the dew points rise into the lower 70s, but they are going to increase throughout the afternoon. But right now, the heat index values pretty similar to the actual temperatures. But later in the day, and especially tomorrow, we will see some heat index values possibly in the mid to upper 90s. Now, looking at the current radar, very clear, and for the most part, we are going to remain clear this afternoon. Can't rule out a pop-up shower, but we're not expected to see widespread rain. Pretty much our entire area will be dry throughout the day, but it will be pretty warm, and it will continuously get more humid with highs in the mid to upper 80s. Heat index values could get close to 90 this afternoon, but they will likely get to 90, if not mid 90s tomorrow. Overnight, we will be mild with lows in the upper 60s. We will continue to be dry with partly cloudy skies. I'll track our next chance of rainfall coming up a little bit later in the show, but unfortunately, it does look like it will happen over the weekend. I'll have more details a little bit later.
But no problems for concerts on the square tonight?
No, I mean, like I said, it will be a little bit warm, maybe a bit humid, but no rainfall is expected.
Stay hydrated.
Yep.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Madison police arrested a man at Elver Park late last night after he reportedly threatened others with a gun. One officer also reported hearing gunfire. Officials were able to safely get others out of the park before finding the man. He was arrested after police found the suspected gun. No one was injured. The investigation is ongoing as police continue to interview multiple people who were in the area. Former President Trump is scheduled to appear in a Washington, D.C. federal courtroom tomorrow to face the latest criminal charges against him. A federal grand jury formally accused Trump yesterday of conspiring to overturn the 2020 election results. Natalie Brand has the latest.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy.
Special counsel Jack Smith unveiled a historic indictment against the former president, charging him with conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights.
It boils down to a conspiracy to overthrow the legitimate results of the election.
Prosecutors allege Trump spread lies, even though he knew his claims were false, and accused him and 6 co-conspirators of organizing fake electors in 7 states he lost. Trump has denied any wrongdoing, and in a statement, his campaign called the indictment unprecedented political targeting. Meanwhile, his legal team appears to be shifting blame onto lawyers who were advising him at the time.
Everything that President Trump did was with the advice of lawyers and counsel.
The indictment also lists 6 unnamed co-conspirators who have not been charged in the case against the former president. Sources close to the investigation say the indictment suggests that lawyers Rudy Giuliani, John Eastman, Sidney Powell, as well as former Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark could be the potential co-conspirators, though the special counsel has not confirmed the identities.
This may be just a little push toward any of the 6 to say, okay, I didn't name you. Here's your chance. Come on down. You can cooperate with me.
Eastman's attorney in a statement argues the indictment relies on a misleading presentation of the record, and a statement from Giuliani said in part the indictment eviscerates the First Amendment. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The Republican National Committee is planning to impose stricter rules for presidential candidates to make the second debate. According to a person familiar with the new criteria, candidates will need at least 3 percentage points in 2 national polls, or they need 3% in 1 national poll and 2 polls from separate early voting states. Candidates must also have a minimum of 50,000 unique voters with at least 200 donors in 20 states. The second debate will be on September 27th, that is, at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. The U.S. credit rating takes a hit. Also, why a New York man is filing a lawsuit against fast food chain Taco Bell. That's coming up in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Menards has the luxury products and on-trend styles to take your home's design to the next level. Whether you're updating a bathroom with a new faucet and fashion lighting, adding desperately needed storage, or if it's dressing up your dream kitchen, you'll get 11% off quality products that will help turn your house into a home. Update your kitchen today with new laminate countertop, starting at just $14.99 after 11% rebate.
We need to talk about Sonobello.
We are getting rid of all of this today.
Ladies, this summer you can cover up or feel confident from head to toe with Sonobello. One visit permanent fat removal.
Look at this shape. My tummy is gone and my hourglass shape is back.
Wherever there's excess fat, we can remove it. That's what we do all day, every day.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I could actually wear a 2-piece after 25 years.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Now, with our Best Bodies summer event, you can schedule your free, no-obligation consultation, plus save $250 off instantly. That's $250 off your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more. Call 1-888-634-9939 or go to sonobello.com.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Miss
Miss the news and need to know what's going on where you live?
News 3 Now is always on. Download the Channel 3000 app and get video on demand whenever and wherever you need it.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Fitch Ratings has downgraded the United States credit from its highest AAA rating to AA+, citing the nation's growing debt and eroding political stability. The International Credit Rating Agency still says the American economy is fundamentally strong. The White House says it strongly disagrees with the decision, and U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen called the move arbitrary and based on outdated data. A New York resident has filed a lawsuit over his beef with Taco Bell. The complaint accuses the fast food chain of misleading advertising, claiming that its ads show at least double the amount of meat and vegetables than what's actually in the menu items. Taco Bell did not respond to requests for immediate comment. And CVS will slash 5,000 jobs to cut costs. In a statement, the retail pharmacy giant said, quote, "The difficult decision we are making will set the company up for long-term success. The job cuts are expected to impact corporate staffers, not those who work in customer-facing roles at stores, pharmacy clinics, or customer service centers." That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Wendy Gillette.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. Stocks not happy with that downgraded credit for the U.S. economy. The Dow Industrial is down 240 points. The NASDAQ off 306. The S&P 500 down 60. Well, coming up, Pam has today's egg prices, plus Jacob's back with the complete forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we're live on the Capitol Square to preview the final concerts of the Square for the season.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Spectrum helps me run all this easily. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-802-4999 or visit Spectrum.com today.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core. Sorry, everyone. I get a notification every time I get a positive review online.
Makeup.
Thanks, Dawn. We think our windows are pretty great, too.
Take two.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core, composite frame, triple pane windows are worth a positive review at scottthewindowguy.com.
Cut! Somebody give me his phone.
Seriously? I would have to hold my back as I got off the rug, but I didn't want to stop sitting on the floor because that's where I do most of my teaching. After I decided my pain was too much, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said it might be my feet. Suggested that I do visit the Good Feet store. After I went to the Good Feet store, I realized that you don't have to live in constant pain. They took my pain away. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Milo Ventimiglia is right at home on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Always nostalgic to be here at Warner Brothers, the studio that raised me. Causing trouble.
What kind of trouble did you cause? Then a sing reunion with Tori Kelly.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
It's the state's biggest summer event, and Josh is there to help plan your visit.
Tomorrow, he shares campus exhibits, entertainment, food, and fun at the Wisconsin State Fair.
And we will be tracking rain chances for the second part of the weekend. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. How are you?
I'm good. Trying to get my energy up and get ready for the beginning of the Wisconsin State Fair tomorrow. My crew and I were over there yesterday getting some of the early stories, or I should say on Monday, and now we're all excited. So we're going to start there with the Sporkies. Yesterday, the Sporkies 10th annual judging took place at State Fair Park in West Allis. Happy to say that Beer Cheese Wisconsin Lava Cake took the top spot from Wurst Bar. That's the group that's got it. It is a Milwaukee Pretzel Company slider bun with famous beer cheese soup topped with butter and pretzel salt and drizzled with house-made hot honey and red pepper flakes. That's the number one as far as Sporkies are concerned. Second place was the Porky, which is actually a sundae. And then third place, deep-fried apple pie. The Drinky, that's the first time that they're recognizing that, a drink combination created for State Fair. The winner is the Ferris Mule, which is a non-alcoholic crafted basically drink, fresh blackberries, ginger beer, freshly squeezed lime juice, and agave nectar. So there you go. One thing that Jen Puente is the chief marketing officer for the Wisconsin State Fair Park said, you can shop for deals at State Fair Park. Next week, Tuesday, for example, I think they call it a Grazen Fair Grazen or something like that, and they're making smaller portions and dropping the price on some of the menus. So that is going to be something to look forward to next Tuesday. We're also happy to report that our corn and soybeans are a little bit happier than they had been earlier in the month. 55% of our corn is called good to excellent. That's up 9%. 51% of our soybeans good to excellent. That's up 9%. And we've got 49% of our Wisconsin winter wheat already harvested. Now, I know the test weight is a little light on that, so a lot of that wheat because of the drought. But again, it's nice to be able to have that dry weather to keep the combines rolling. Let's talk a little bit. One other dairy-related tidbit for you today. Wisconsin Department of Agriculture has announced that next year's 77th Alice in Dairyland Finals will be hosted by Door County. We'll be up in the Door County area early next year, May 2nd through the 4th, for the final interview process of the Alice in Dairyland for the 77th annual selection. Not a lot to report today as far as dairy is concerned. The barrel cheese unchanged on a Wednesday at $1.87. 40-pound block cheese unchanged at $1.96. The AA butter, that's actually down 4 cents today at $2.63 a pound. So like I said, some of that relative to what you were just talking about, that Dow Jones Industrial Average being a little off sometimes can take our commodities with it. But it's up and away. State Fair tomorrow. It's going to be a crazy schedule running back and forth, but I wouldn't miss it.
All right. Have fun, Pam. Thank you. It's going to be warm and humid for the concerts on the square later this afternoon. Here's Jacob with a complete look at the forecast.
Thanks, Mark. The humidity will also continue into tomorrow with possible heat index values in the mid to upper 90s. For the most part, we are going to be warm to end the week, but we're not going to be quite as humid, so it will feel much better. But we have a good chance of rain on Sunday, and that will cool things off, and it does look like next week in general will be a lot cooler than this week. Now, looking at the low temperatures for tonight, they are going to be fairly mild with lows dropping into the upper 60s. Some areas may hang on to the 70s, especially up near La Crosse. And then for tomorrow, we are going to be pretty warm, if not hot. Some places will likely get into the 90s, the actual temperatures, but much of our area will stay in the mid to upper 80s, but still very warm. And as I've been talking about, the humidity values will be pretty high as well. Now, looking at Monday, it will be a bit better. Highs will be in the mid to lower 80s, partly sunny, still going to be dry, and this forecast is very similar to Saturday's forecast. Now, looking at the future heat index values this afternoon, not going to be as bad as tomorrow. So for concerts on the square, it's definitely going to be warm and a bit humid, but not going to be too bad. Definitely just bring some water, and I would even suggest taking breaks from outside. But tomorrow will be pretty hot, especially for places to the west of Madison with the heat index values in the mid 90s, possibly even approaching upper 90s. And then from Friday, still going to be warm, but not as bad. A lot better by the time we get to Saturday. Now, looking at future track, we are going to be dry, as I mentioned, for much of the week. Tomorrow, there is a chance for some showers in the far southern portion of our area, but it looks like most of the rain will stay to the south of our area. And then by the time we get to Friday, going to see completely dry conditions. That will be the case for Saturday as well. But Saturday night into Sunday morning, we are going to see some rain start to move into our area, especially for the afternoon and evening Sunday. That's when the heaviest rain looks to occur. This will continue into the overnight hours Sunday into Monday. It does look like a good amount of rainfall is possible, but still several days out, so this may still be subject to change. And it also looks like the rain will clear out by the time we get to Monday afternoon, with maybe some lingering showers here and there. But as far as precipitation goes, a good amount of rain is definitely possible, possibly up to an inch for some locations. Again, these numbers are still subject to change, still several days out. Nonetheless, prepare for a good amount of rainfall for your Sunday. Now, looking at next week, the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook shows below average temperatures, and you can see that firsthand with the 7 to 10 day outlook. For the most part, after Sunday, we are only going to see some slight chances of rain for the middle of the week, but then towards the end of next week, we do have more threats of rainfall. But take a look at those temperatures. Highs look to remain in the upper 70s for much of next week. Very consistent, I might add, with not a lot of changes in the temperatures, but overall it's going to be looking very nice next week. But for tonight, again, a little bit humid, but not nearly as bad as it was last week, and actually will be worse tomorrow in terms of the humidity and temperatures.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Up next, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen preparing a restaurant favorite that you can make at home.
How many times have you been to a restaurant and had a dish that was so good that you said to yourself, I wish I could figure out how to make this at home? Well, if you've ever said that about Asian-style lettuce wraps, which are super popular right now, you're in luck. That's right. We've created a copycat version that I know you're going to love. We start by sauteing some ground beef with chopped onion and a bit of salt and pepper. After it's browned, we add some hoisin sauce, soy sauce, sesame oil, chopped pickled ginger, and minced garlic. We let this simmer for a bit so all the flavors come together. And as for where you can find the Asian-inspired ingredients, just check out the ethnic section at your market. Now all that's left to do is spoon this onto a leaf of Bibb or leaf lettuce, top it with some grated carrot and shredded cucumber, along with your favorite Asian dipping sauce, and you're done. These taste super fresh, and they're right on trend with all those low-carb, high-protein diets. To get the recipe for our Asian lettuce wraps, all you need to do is head over to our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a restaurant copycat way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Isn't that delicious?
Next at noon, more food. Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council shares some steak recipes that will put your garden veggies to good use. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Your foundation doesn't improve the appearance of under-eye puffiness. Your concealer doesn't make fine lines disappear. Even worse, they can make those imperfections more noticeable. Introducing Tint and Tighten, a new must-have lightweight tinted cream that is sure to find its place in your makeup routine. Tint and Tighten is the only tinted cream that creates a temporary tightening layer on the surface of the skin, which works to instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye puffiness.
It's a very time-consuming thing to put foundation on and do your eyes and your lips, and I'd much rather just have a product that I can put on my face that makes me feel good. The thing I love about Tint and Tighten is the refreshed feeling my skin has. It's not heavy, it's not greasy. My wrinkles are gone, especially around my eyes. My skin feels smooth, I feel youthful.
Compared to Tint and Tighten, there was another product that I was trying, and one of the things that was a problem is leaving residue in the area underneath the eyes where your concealer would go. So I found that was a challenge, but using this particular product, I realized it's not leaving a residue.
Tint and Tighten works to smooth out wrinkles and under-eye puffiness in just 10 minutes while covering and concealing dark circles, age spots, and uneven skin tone, making you look and feel years younger.
Right around this area, I have fine lines, which a lot of people obviously deal with as they age. And then also in this area, I had very dark circles. They were little, just puffed out a little bit, and that without any makeup is almost eliminated.
What's even better is that these remarkable results last for up to 8 hours without needles or injections. Want to look your best for that upcoming event, date night, or job interview? Maybe you simply want to feel younger and more confident with your appearance. Then add Tint and Tighten to your makeup routine and bring youthfulness back to your life. Try it this summer for up to 50% off and free shipping. Visit tntcream.com or call the number on your screen.
Talk about that later.
Angie Harkin is here from the Wisconsin Beef Council. Grilling? We're still grilling. It's August.
It's grilling weather.
It is. What are we grilling?
It's too warm to start the oven. It's almost too warm to grill right now at noon, but we're okay.
Warm out here, yes.
Okay, so I've got a farmer's market vegetable beef and brown rice salad. So if you've got the garden or you like to head to the farmer's market, this is the perfect time, right?
Okay.
We've got all of our vegetables ready.
Fresh?
Everything's fresh. So we're just gonna put all that right in the bowl. So you can start with some cooked brown rice.
All of it?
Yep, all of it. We'll just kind of pile it up however you like, do some food styling. And I got garbanzo beans, kind of fun, fresh tomatoes, and then fresh asparagus, which isn't really in season, but fresh yellow squash. But you could use any kind of vegetable, and I did grill those ahead of time.
Okay.
So you can put those right in, and then some basil. Then the dressing kind of works double duty because we're using a top round steak. Very lean, but not grill ready.
Okay.
So I marinated it 24 hours in half of the dressing. So some fresh thyme, lemon juice, minced garlic, a little bit of honey, and a little bit of olive oil. I like marinating the top round. Well, our recipes always say 6 hours to overnight. I do overnight. Otherwise, you can do this handy dandy little guy.
Sort of a
needle tenderizer. It works awesome for top round, flank, skirt, all of those. Okay, that looks perfect. So I'm gonna put the top round on. And then we could do a little more dressing if you like. Then the second recipe, I've got two, is called garden grilled tri-tip. So I've got a tri-tip kind of a roast. They come about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds, usually have a fat cover on them. It's a bottom sirloin, so a little more economical. Needs a little bit of marinating too. You don't have to, you could smoke it. Some people just season them and grill them. I marinated this one kind of in a similar marinade, but it's got white wine in it instead of honey. So kind of a fun, easy, light marinade. And then at the same time, I grilled some veggies. So I got eggplant in here, yellow squash, red zucchini, red pepper, yellow pepper. Whatever you got from the garden can be thrown in here, kind of a ratatouille.
It's a great pan, too, for the grill.
Yeah, got that, yeah. And then I did on the vegetables just a little bit of olive oil, a little salt and pepper. Then the dressing that I use for the marinade, you can dress up your veggies with. Like this, whoop, whoop. And then throw in some tomatoes.
Dig in.
Let them get warm. And some more basil. Kind of some of the same ingredients, the same but different here. So there's some different ideas.
Beeftips.com?
Correct, beeftips.com. Click on As Seen on TV. Find these recipes, plus a lot of other great fun recipes for August.
Smells great. All right, thanks, Ange.
You're welcome.
Here's Jacob with one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, this afternoon and tomorrow, it is going to be a little bit warm and humid with high temperatures in the 80s. Heat index values could be close to the mid to lower 90s. But it is going to be better for Friday and Saturday with highs in the mid 80s and not going to be as humid. Now, Sunday, there's a good chance of rainfall, especially during the afternoon and evening hours, and that may linger into Monday. It looks like it will be clear by Monday evening. For the rest of the week, we have temperatures very consistent with some rain by the end of the week.
Thank you. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have yourselves a great afternoon.
Get the Channel 3000 app, and I'll show you ways you can save time in your commute.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.